Humanity has been making the experiments on this subject for a long time. And quite often people have been putting enormous pressure on their mind to believe that there is a big gap between the world inside us and the world outside us. People have been putting enormous strain on their minds and intellect to believe that the world out there is run by rich, wealthy businessmen and politicians, and whereas the world inside us is shaped by our enlightened masters. These both views are only partially correct. Okay, partially correct. It is important to understand both the enlightened souls and unenlightened ones, spiritual souls, political souls, politicians, all of them are born in a family from a mom and dad. Okay, no matter whether we are politicians, we are doctors, we are holy men or women, all of us have gone through similar experience as kids. All of us have similar needs. We eat, we sleep, we wear clothes, we get tired and we relax, we become fresh. All of us, we work. All these things are common to all. Okay. And what is really very common to all is that all of us face same problem. There is a beautiful world, there is an ugly world. There is clean water or contaminated water. We are spiritual people, and yet we are affected by the contaminated water, by drinking contaminated water. And we are politicians with lots of power in our hands. But when it comes to taking care of ourselves, with that so much power sitting somewhere in the Capitol Hill or the White House, still what we do? We drink water. When it comes to early morning ablutions, what do? Please just go and have a frank conversation with His Holiness Dalai Lama, with the Pope, with a great soul who is just descending from the highest peak of the Himalayas. And you ask a criminal, you ask a politician, you ask a businessman, you ask a rich person, and you ask a poor person, hey, what do you do in the morning when you sit on the toilet? How do you feel? Do you think that experience will be totally different from a holy man to not so holy man? It's exactly the same. Okay? This wall that we have created between spirituality and our worldly existence is a completely man-made fake wall. And because of our belief in it, such a strong belief in it, it has become so real to our mind. This got to be demolished. It's got to be demolished. Similarly, people think, well, if the problem has been created by the political, kind of mischief, it got to be fixed by politicians. Please remember, these politicians became political mischiefs only because they didn't know any better. Therefore, they need help. Where will help come from? It will come from a right place in our own mind and heart. Okay? Therefore, every messy situation in the world ultimately can be fixed forever through a spiritual solution. Somebody who specializes in making mess, somebody who specializes in hurting and harming others, somebody who specializes in spreading divisive thoughts and ideas, how can you expect that person to reverse that? Somebody who specializes, somebody who specializes in destroying the fog of our confusion, illusion, delusion, somebody who specializes in calming the fire of anger and hatred, that person can help. That person is called spiritual person. So spiritual people have wonderful job to take care of worldly problems. Similarly, those who specialize in worldly matters, they can play a wonderful role in helping spiritual people live relatively a healthy life and comfortable life. Okay, if I'm left alone to write books, I will do superb job. But so much of my time goes into just taking care of these useless things of the worldly matters. But I can't avoid it. If I avoid, I will get in greater trouble. I will never be able to write and read anything. Therefore, there are people, those who specialize in taking care of my surrounding. God bless them. They do it for me. That is why I'm able to do whatever I'm doing. Similarly, I'm very good at extending my loving feelings, my prayer. I'm good at, I have good thoughts. This is my job to go and spread my good thoughts and create a loving environment. That's what actually this Rudra Yaga is all about. This is my specialty. And this is my job, it is my pleasure, it is my duty and responsibility to bring Rudra Yaga into the lives of those who know nothing about it. They benefit from me. And it is really wonderful that they bring their wealth and share their wealth with me so that I can go on writing books and bringing Rudra Yaga at their doorsteps. So this way, all of really fit in this vast structure of life. That is the message of practices like Rudra Yaga.